Shalom. GMS Honored Sit Downs coming back with a quick lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai. I want to give all praises, glory, and highest honor to Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the elder apostles of GMS for teaching me this truth. Peace and salutations to the elect out there that's pushing his word and say it in the truth. I ain't got a name for this lesson, but I was reading this article. And Apostle Tahar made a video speaking that this World War III is not gonna come before certain things happen. For example, the mark of the beast, the crash of society. Basically the dollar falling, Europe collapsing. So I was reading this article. It's from rtnews.com, rt.com. What is the RT News? It says, I want to lead France, not Europe. Le Pen, which is the, president of France. I want to lead France, not Europe. Le Pen demands removal of EU flag for TV interview. Yeah, because she was about to be interviewed and the EU flag was in the background. So she was like, hey, get that flag away from him, man. She says, I represent France and not Europe. And you know what it is with these French Edomites? They are very proud, man. When you go to France, they speak English, but they don't want to. They want you to learn their language. So these French people are very proud, and not only these French people, man. Esau itself has become very proud, man. It doesn't matter where you look, It doesn't matter, and that's also prophecy, Let me read this real quick. Ezekiel chapter 28, verse 1. The word of Yahweh came again unto me, saying, Son of man, say unto the prince of Tyrus, Thus said the Lord Yahweh, because thine heart is lifted up, and thou hast said, I am the Most High, I sit in the seat of the Most High, in the midst of the seas. Yet thou art a man, and not a God. True, though thou set thine heart as the heart of the Most High. So these Edomites have become very proud, man. They have become very proud. So what's about to happen is beautiful, man. And we know that has to come first, man. So we gotta watch the times, man. And don't be ignorant. Don't say World War III is coming and that will be the end. No. Other things have to come first, And you gotta look forward to that too. So it says, 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 1. But of the times and seasons, brethren, you have no need that I write unto you. For you, as like for yourselves, know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. So while they proud as fuck, all of a sudden these pains are gonna hit. A pregnant woman is just walking, all of a sudden, she gets a kick or she gets this labor pain. That's how this kingdom is gonna be hit, man. When they're boasting, when they're proud, saying like, hey, get that flag away from here, they're provoking each other. All of a sudden, the whole kingdom will be destroyed, man. But Paul was like, I don't have need to write unto you, because no one will know exactly. But the man of the Lord will see the prophecies coming to pass, and will focus on, hey, this is the finish line, man. So For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. So this judgment is not gonna escape, man. But the thing I want to go into is Daniel chapter 2, because this thing is all prophecy, man. You had the statue of Nebuchadnezzar. Now let me read the statue real quick. The description of the statue. It's Daniel chapter 2, verse 32. This image head was of fine gold, his breast and his arms of silver. Now the gold represents the Babylonian kingdom, which was around 600 BC. His breast and his arms of silver. Now this was the Medo-Persian Empire. His belly and his thighs of brass. This was the Greek Empire. His legs of iron. This was the Roman Empire. His feet of part iron and part of clay. This is the divided kingdoms in which we live now, the revived Roman Empire. Thou sawest still that a stone was cut out without hands, which smote the image upon his feet that were of iron and clay, and break them in pieces. This is Yahushua coming back, man. So we living in the last kingdom. And these Edomites don't realize, man. These Edomites be talking about, or these Moabites be talking about, yeah, the Chinese people are going to be the next people in power. They're going to take over the world. They don't realize that it's not the Chinese. It's neither the Arabs. It's the Negroes, Latinos, and Indianos, man, under the rulership of Yahushua. Yahweh Shem Yahushua. So they don't realize that, man. And Yahushua is going to hit it at the bottom, man. It's going to hit it at the last kingdom. But this image is going to fall when it's going to be hit at the bottom, man. Because if you go to a fancy fair and you got these cans stacked up and you got a ball and you got a throw, you're not going to hit it at the top. You're going to hit it at the bottom. So the whole thing will collapse, man. And it has to collapse in order for our kingdom to fall, man. It has to be wiped out. Jumping to verse 42. And as the toes of the feet were part of iron, that represents these European countries, man. Those toes. You got Britain, France, Portugal with Spain, Denmark, what more? Italy, Germany, Holland, Luxembourg. So that's what the toes represent. And the toes of the feet were part of iron and part of clay. Part of iron and part of clay, because they are partially strong and partially weak. And if you look at Europe, you see certain weak countries which can't do shit. But you also have the strong countries, like France, Britain, Germany. So that's why it's partly strong, partly weak. That's what it's gonna say. And part of clay, so the kingdom shall be partially strong and partially broken. And whereas thou sawest iron mixed with miry clay, they shall mingle themselves with the seed of man, but they shall not cleave one to another, even as iron is not mixed with clay. So you got these European countries, they don't mingle with each other, man. They are all proud as fuck, and they don't want to stand together. The European Union, the EU, was set up in order to prevent a World War I again. Because during World War I, what happened? Germany went against France, vice versa. You had basically countries inside of Europe that went to fight against each other. Now they set up the EU to basically hold back this prophecy. That the whole European Union was gonna collapse, because it's basically a divided kingdom, man. These the armies here in Europe, they want to basically form this European army, so that would be much cheaper. Just like America got army, they got money from every state, and that's how they want to make Europe. They want to make Europe they want to create a big pot of money for Europe, in which they get army jets from Germany. I'm just saying, saying something. Tanks from France, the ground troops from Holland. That's how they want to save money and create this European nation. It's like a European army, but that's not working for the Heavenly Father. Eventually, everyone is gonna fight against Yahweh Shem Yahushai, the angels and the elect. But first, this kingdom needs to go down, man, and all types of friction needs to happen. And this is again one of it. You see Le Pen proudly boasting like, "Hey, this shit is not gonna happen." Take that flag away from here. So that's how they are, man. So the iron is not mixed with clays. And in the days of these kings shall the Most High of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to another people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever." So that's what's gonna happen, man. And the kingdom is not gonna be left to another people, but to Yahweh Shem Yahushai, the elect, Yasha Allah, man. So with that, Shalom.